Hello and welcome to the FA Cup. It's win or go home, friends. This is a knockout competition. We're in the first round, actually, of the FA Cup, taking on Northampton. The big teams haven't come in yet. We're still in League One. So this is an early round game, but if we lose it, we don't get to play in the FA Cup anymore, which means that we will lose out not only on potential FA Cup glory, but arguably more important, on potential FA Cup wealth. We are a poor, cash-strapped team. For most of the season, we've had to start Yoda in right midfield, and he is a Star Wars character. He's not even a professional soccer player, so it's been a hard run for us. We could really use like 30 million pounds to buy some fancy players. Today I'm going to talk about how it is that both John Greens are back on the field, and also introduce you to some of the newer characters in the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Wombly universe. But first, there's our official for the day, Ian Lowcroft. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, Mr. Official. Please don't give my players unnecessary yellow cards as penalty. So we all know Adebayoak and Fenwa. We all know Lyle Taylor, the Messi from Montserrat, who's from a small Caribbean nation. He's built his career despite coming from extremely humble circumstances in Montserrat. And we, of course, all know, Ball John Green and other John Green. But you'll remember that in previous, Ziggy Gordon running to the ball and barely getting there. That was not good defending. I want to apologize to my friends and family. You'll remember that in the previous edition of the Wimbly Womblys, other John Green actually left professional football to take care of the John Green's young son, JJ. John Green and John Green are married to each other, and they have a child, JJ, John. But here, other John Green is back. Well, it's an interesting story. So JJ is now 2. It's just gigantic. Just talking up a storm. It's astonishing how some kids are verbal and some kids aren't. I know kids who don't talk at all by the time they're 2. Or say very few words. And then there's kids like JJ. Yeah, you know what, Shea LaBeouf? That's right. Just dribble some. By all means. The world is your oyster, Shea. And then there are kids like JJ who just, by the time they're 2, they're talking in full sentences. It's adorable. He's a very verbal kid. Spends a lot of time in the locker room, especially now that both of his dads are playing professional football. So he spent he took 2 years away from football to take care of his child, and then he found himself missing the game. He's still in good shape. He's only 34 years old. He'd grown a weird afro, but that's no reason not to employ a person. And we decided to we had a conversation, and he said, I want to come back to the team. I want to get in the TARDIS and go to the new game that everybody's talking about, FIFA 16. And I said, okay. Now, lots of you have noticed, and you're not wrong, that this is not the same John Green we had a few years ago. He is slower. He is inexplicably taller. And he is overall not the goal scorer that other John Green used to be. But that happens to people. We age, we change. And I think he's found a way to continue contributing to AFC Wimbledon, this club that he loves so much, while still acknowledging, that his body can do different things now. He still runs, he still cares, he still plays for the shirt, he's still passionate, and that's ultimately what matters to me. So that's how other John Green came back into the team. Ball John Green has always been passionate about playing football for as long as he can. He doesn't think that it affects his ability to be a dad. And as a working dad myself, I am, of course, inclined to agree. That was that was terrible. That was truly an embarrassing throw. A little bit worried that 30 minutes into this game, we've seen so little wimbling from the Wimbly Womblys, but choosing to have faith that it's all going to work out. Couple other players that I've gotten to know pretty well. Right now on the ball is Jego. Jego's a fascinating character. He hasn't spoken since he was in 8th grade. When he was in 8th grade, he's a Dutch guy, along with Wildshot, who's playing out in left midfield today, both Dutch. Both came to the Wimbly Womblys from a second-tier Dutch side where they were the two best players. They were the Ball John Green and other John Green of that team. And it's been a little bit of an adjustment for them because they've been playing together since they were 6 years old. And I think, they've never played for a team that's admittedly, like, we aren't at the top of the football pyramid or anything, but we're still, oh, that's a beautiful ball. Oh my God. What a ball from John Green to that man, the Montserratian Messi, the inexplicably gloved Lyle Taylor who couldn't finish. You've got to think, there's got to be a little part of you thinking, if that's Adebayo Akinfenwa, the ball is in the net. But it wasn't Adebayo Akinfenwa. Here comes a little golden child, Reevesy. No, it's Jago. Running like a madman. Yeah, so Jago doesn't talk. No one really knows why. I've talked to Wild Shot about it, and he says it just doesn't talk. He hasn't talked in a long time. The only thing he does, he makes a little noise whenever someone else is on the ball to try to, like, shock them. I want to have a gray-haired player named Diamond who can make good stops with his arguably hand. Wow. I've always found gray hair and dark beard to be kind of a hot combo, Meredith. I don't know about you. Meredith says that I'm old as hell. But you know what? At least, like, I'm of an... I'm, yeah. All right. So anyway, Jago is... He doesn't talk. He took a vow of silence. He was on a retreat, apparently. This is the story I hear from Wild Shot. He was on a retreat... like one of these like middle school retreats that you go on sometimes. It was at a Catholic monastery, and he's not Catholic, but he quite liked the not talking for a day, so he didn't talk for another day, and then he didn't talk for a day after that, and suddenly it's been, whatever, 10, 12 years since he talked. It's a pretty crazy story, but there you go. Jago, selectively mute. Then you've got Wild Shot, who seems like a nice guy. He's a little bit crazy. I can't tell if that's just like because he's Dutch and maybe like it's like a cultural thing, but he's a little bit intense. He practices really hard, which I enjoy. But then he also he drinks beer, as far as I can tell, every day. Now he says that he just has he just says that it just helps him to calm his stomach after a long day of practice, but in the locker room, and I've decided to let this go, but when everyone else is powering down with Gatorade and other, protein shakes and everything, he drinks beer, in the locker room as his come down drink. He says it has a good mix of carbohydrates and complex and simple carbohydrates actually, but who knows? I don't judge people for these choices as long as they can play football. If you can play football and you're not a terrible person, oh my God, I want to take you out of the game. That was a horrible cross. We need to make some changes, Meredith. We can't be playing Northampton Town in a replay. It's just unacceptable to even think about. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring on Green and Akinfenwa, and we're going to strengthen our midfield with Reevesy. And those are going to be our three changes. I believe that we can score with those three up top, but time will tell. I will say at least we've had a good defensive game. Oh boy, as soon as I said that, we've had a terrible defensive minute. But yeah, so that's Wild Shot. Again, nice guy, just enjoys a good post-practice beer. Also enjoys post-game beers. Just enjoys beers. Oh my God, look at Lyle Taylor. He's rampaging, Meredith. Oh, my God, but the finish left a lot to be desired. That is disappointing. John Green, you had a good game. I appreciate your efforts, but you're an older gentleman now. You tire quickly, and you're coming out. Okay. Who else do we have to talk about? Oh, T.S. Eliot, our resident poet, actually does enjoy writing poetry, and he is English. Also, Frankenstein, who got his PhD in what is it, reptile sciences? I can't remember what he called, herpetology or something. He's a reptilian, a student of the reptile order. He is a doctor, not a monster, and he studied, but he's not like a physician. He got his PhD. He's English. I don't know if it's called a PhD in England, but he got his doctorate in reptiles. He actually studies this. His area of focus is this. Do you know what a tuatara is, Meredith? His area of study is Tuatara. Oh my God, ball John Green. The plural of Tuatara, since you're curious, I know, is Tuatara. It's like a lizard-like creature that's not actually a lizard. It's not even related to lizards. It's most closely related to dinosaurs. It's kind of considered a living dinosaur. And one of the many weird things about Tuatara, Frankenstein was explaining all of this to me recently, is that Tuatara, what a ball from Akinfenwa to John Green. John Green kind of took it a little bit slow, but he's a finisher! Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, that's disappointing. I share your disappointment, John Green. We really need to score a goal here, for the love of God. We can't go replaying Northampton Town, or worse still, losing in the last minute. So, yeah, he is a... oh, no! Oh, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Oh, wow. Shia LaBeouf with the save of his career right there. Shia LaBeouf keeping us in this game, allowing us to dream. Shia LaBeouf. Wow. Then Akinfenwa, he can counter. He's fast. He's big. He's strong. He's alone. Oh, everything looks full of hope. Oh, and it's finished beautifully. Beautifully. Oh, by Frankenstein. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. Oh, Frankenstein. Oh, Akinfenwa, unselfish. I mean, that's as good as it gets. That's the essence of football right there. Waiting for the keeper to come out. Patient Akinfenwa, knowing that we've just gone into attacking mode. Brilliant managing by me, I have to say. And congratulations, Frankham, on the first goal in the FA Cup. I know Tuatara everywhere are clapping in your honor, if indeed they can clap. Right, so a Tuatara is a... one of the things that's interesting about Tuatara, according to Frankenstein, is that they live for like 150 or 200 years. So there's lots of thought that like they may have some like secret of longevity to them. Like Tuatara was. Oh no! Oh God, my whole life flashed before my eyes. He was offside anyway. The Tuatara was one of the first reptiles to have its whole genome sequenced and everything, because they're trying to figure out what it might be that. That makes Tuatara so uniquely special when it comes to their genes. I don't know. But anyway, it was interesting to hear him talk about it. He's not a man who's just interested in football. We do, however, have several people who are just interested in football, including the golden child, Jakey Reeves. I have never talked to someone who knows more about the history of soccer and less about everything else in my entire life. He has... like this encyclopedic knowledge of Wimbledon's history, both before and after the Reformation, that is just absolutely astonishing. He knows every player. He sat with Sam Besant, who's our backup goalkeeper, the son of Dave Besant, and just like talked to him for hours about his dad's exploits. And like Sam didn't even know that stuff about his dad. Point being, we beat Northampton Town on a beautiful counterattack to a corner kick. It was a vintage Wimbly Wombly counterattacking, gegenpressing goal. It was everything that we want to be as a club. Unselfish, hardworking, running. It was just gorgeous. We defeated the gray-haired wonder, and everything is beautiful, and nothing hurts. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.